Hello and welcome to Everyday People. My name is Vaibhav. Thank you so much for listening. Today's episode is with a artist known as KOP, and she will introduce herself shortly. Please note that this is one of two legacy episodes I have, meaning that there's no video for this. So there's a nice little visualizer if you're watching this on YouTube. If you're listening on Spotify, then it doesn't matter at all anyway. Thank you so much for taking the time to click on this episode and enjoy.
Okay.
Welcome, Krupa, to the show. My first question always to my guest is who are you, what do you do, and what is your current side project?
Hi. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to have this conversation with you. So I am Krupa. My artist name is KOP, and right now currently I am a full-time illustrator working for Jupiter Money, and I'm a visual artist as well. So I have like other side projects going on where I do illustrations and paintings and basically do explorative and as well as experiential art.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And I'm currently living in Bangalore.
Amazing.
That is me.
So, the moment somebody hears full-time artist, there are certain stereotypes that come in, whether the person can make money, whether they're good enough, or whether they're like scamming people, or like 100 different stigmas come with creative professions. I myself am a writer, so like in the freelance writer market, I've seen. Talk to me a little bit about what your experience has been like working freelance versus working full time.
So for me, a full-time job was a necessity.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew like if I go full time into freelancing, it would take me a while to, get the momentum going, get my clients steady and like start getting a salary, like well paid salary every single month. So like when I say a job was a necessity, it was because of the financial needs and responsibilities. So like yeah, I just opted for for a full time job. Plus now I have the liberty and also the capital to work on selected freelance projects that I personally resonate with. So that is a plus about like having a full-time job as well as like working freelance. You get to choose like what kind of projects that you want to work on, and yeah, this is what my journey has been with being a full-time artist and a visual artist, I mean designer.
And how long has your career been so far?
So I would say I started as an artist in 2015 full time. So I started with painting and selling. I had my Facebook profile back then, and that's where I used to sell my paintings and like handmade jewelry and dream catchers. So yeah, that was like the beginning of my artistic journey as a professional, or like to even go have that as a career. Yeah. So I was on Facebook, taking customized orders from people. They would ask me they want a bracelet done in this style, and I would make that. And like I had my paintings, and I started doing pop-ups as well. Yeah. So this is what it has been.
Like you're nearing an 8-year career, and like that's a serious like time span. I myself I started working full time in 2014, so I'm nearing 9, and then I was freelancing in 2011. So I've been like freelance writing for now almost 12 years. And
wow.
It's kind of wild to like say it, right? Because you and I'm sure like we think of ourselves as young, and then you look at a career that we had. Like my career is now starting to rival my school life in length. How do you like process that when I tell you that you have like 8 years of work experience? How does that hit your ear?
I'm actually processing it right now after you established this. Until then, I had not gone back and done the math. So I am really grateful. Like, I am super grateful, and I'm really proud of myself to have like come this far. I like, if you think of me in first year, I would have not thought like this. I would be in this place, learning all the things that I have learned in this journey. So yeah, like it's been a great learning, I would say. And you're always like going as and when like the years are passing by, you're upping your game. So yeah, I'm very happy. I'm feeling validated.
I'm glad I could like facilitate that for you. Why illustration? Like, what drew you to that career? So for me, right, like I realized that I wanted to be a writer full time 2 years after I started writing full time, and somebody made me realize it.
Okay.
And like I was like, oh, I've always wanted to be a writer. I didn't realize it, and I lucked into an adult version of the job, which was tech writing, like writing documentation for tech products. What was your journey to like sort of realizing, hey, this is what I want to do, and I'm gonna kind of make my living doing this?
Yeah. So, like I had my first existential crisis when I was doing my bachelor's in business management.
Okay.
So I know I am dyslexic. I can't study for shit. You give me theory, you give me like science, and like be like, you need to write an exam, you need to write stuff. I cannot do that. So I was never into academics. It was super like, it was actually very stressful for me to like go through that process of basically, learning that and like reading textbooks and shit. So, and at the same time, I was also like exploring in terms of drawing and painting. I really thought about it like I can make money from it. I was never exposed to that. So in degree, when I was, part of the creative club and I was making posters and like doodles, that's when I realized, okay, like there is, and also when Facebook came. So like I was seeing many other artists, like I had access to them. So while I was seeing that and getting inspired, like it dawned on me that, like I can make money with art. So that's when I was like exploring with doodling and illustrations and paintings. And I was like, I went to my parents. I was in the second year of degree. I was like, I cannot continue doing degree because I'm not interested and I cannot do that. And they were like, no, for backup, you have to finish the degree. So I finished my degree and then moved to Bangalore. So I was staying in Mysore, and my parents are from Mysore. 1 second, the dog is barking. Is that cool?
It's fine, yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So yeah, I moved to Bangalore, and my sisters. I have two elder sisters. I mean, older sisters, and I'm the youngest one. So they were living in Bangalore at that time. And I moved to Bangalore and I was painting as well as I was also into singing. So I was taking some singing classes and learning. And then I was in a band, and along with the band, I was also like exploring my art. That is when I started my uh, page on Facebook where I was painting and promoting myself. Yeah, so that's how it started with art. And after like a year of doing my Facebook page and like my paintings, it was necessary for me to, financially support myself to sustain. And so that's when like I started interning at this firm. it was an agency. So there I got trained under the senior graphic designer. And that's when I picked up designing. So whatever design I have learned so far, it's on the job. And yeah, so from there I started building my design portfolio and like start applying for jobs. So right now I do visual designing, and from visual designing I moved to illustration, and with illustrations I also do painting. So it's like merging both design and art for me.
And I still have like those stickers that I bought from you back in September, like they're still on my diary.
Yeah. Looks super cool.
Yeah, I mean, it was nice to meet you back in September. This is the first time we're talking after that. And it always, like, for me, this show kind of gives a different context to the conversation, just because, like, I have to be more formal, which generally encourages the guest to be more formal. Would you, like, consider yourself a formal person in, like, in real life, or do you feel like find yourself to be a little chilled out and okay? Like, how do you see your own personality?
I am definitely like super chilled out. I'm not at all formal. So sometimes I think I should learn all of these skills, where I know how to talk to certain people in a certain way, because I feel like I come across as too chilled out. And sometimes people tend to take that for granted. And sometimes it's just a very beautiful opportunity for the other person also to open up. That's why like I want to like facilitate that for other people to like connect heart to heart. I love meeting people and learning about their stories and experiences. And if you're not friendly or open to that, what's the point? Like you're just gonna be professional and like super serious.
Yeah, I mean, like, I find it's a, like, there is professional polite, and then there is professional cold versus like casual delightful versus casual again cold. And you come across as like casual delightful to me.
So do you. It was so lovely hanging out with you. So me and Sangeeta were like, shit, you should have been there the next day as well. Because you were just like, you were engaging with all the folks who were coming and like seeing our art. And it was super fun hanging out with you. And we did do like some fun stuff as well.
Yeah, we should hang out again sometime. Like if an opportunity comes up, hit me up. I'll come back. I'm in Bangalore.
For sure.
I don't have a transition to the next section. I kind of already asked you about your work. When you pinged me at 7:45, I had bleach in my hair. So like, okay, no, I need to finish.
So this is a new color.
I mean, I haven't put color yet. It's just blonde, but like I have to, because hair grows out, right? So every 6 months or so I have to bleach. So it was getting like kind of ugly and dirty. So I just bleached it, and I'm going to color it maybe tomorrow morning.
Nice. What color are you going to put?
Let's see. Like generally my safe go-to is either like half pink, half blonde, or half pink, half blue. I might actually order a new color or something. It's been a while since I've had red in my hair. I wouldn't mind going red.
Nice. Yeah, I wanna like put color, but I don't have the balls to do it. It's like I don't want to lose my delicate hair. So
I would say like test with a section, because so like people say, yeah, it hurts your hair and all that, but for me it's never been a problem. I have very healthy hair. So like I haven't experienced any particularly like increase in hair fall, a little bit maybe, but not anything worth worrying about. Try a section of hair, see if it's like too rough. If it's not, then you can go for it.
Okay. You were saying something, no? I cut you off, sorry.
What? I don't remember anymore. Says okay. So if I've already asked you all the work questions, I need to figure out the introduction section better. Generally, it's like getting the vibe of the person. And then second section, we talk in detail about, okay, this is what I've done, this is how my career has been, this is my relationship with money, blah, 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 blah. The show continues to evolve in format, and I don't know why people listen, but I get like 40, 50 people listening. I'm like, okay, not bad.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Damn, 30, 40, 50 folks. Like, we are inviting more people, universe. Please. Thank you so much.
If I can actually manage to make Instagram reels and like people are asking for those, highlight videos, they just take effort.
Mm.
So it's a lot of effort to
Oh
make.
my goodness. I swear to God, making reels is the most like hardworking thing I have done. I'm like, to put one thing, I have to do so much.
I
It's a
know,
lot of work.
like I've resorted to just like getting a few stock footage videos, just putting a little motion on it, and Premiere
Mm.
Pro generates captions, which is great. I'm like still experimenting. I released one last week. I want to do at least three this week.
Okay.
I think like I'm not formally coming back to the show. I'm just gonna find a reasonable point to cut back into the conversation, and it's fine. Like we'll like fuck the format today. I'll just talk to you. It's nice to just talk to you. But I will ask.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are now back to the show. I will ask. What's your relationship like with money? And the reason I ask this is because um, sometimes people take the privilege of money for granted, and I just want to understand like where your relationship with money is like.
Yeah. So, I come from a very middle class family,
Mm,
and I and my sisters, we support and like take care of our parents. And see, like my relationship with money, my goal right now at least is to basically have enough that is going to keep me secure and like my family secure, or if I have to even support somebody else.
mm,
And I have been in times where I'm like super broke and I can't afford anything. And there have been times where I'm like, I have abundance of money as well. So
mm,
it's an on and off sort of a situation with money. And obviously, like, I'm open to more money coming in always, like, with open arms, I would say. And I think culturally as well, we have come to a point where, young folks like us, we have realized, you know, it's no more just like going with the flow and living. It's like you have to build your security, like you have to have your emergency funds
yeah.
and all of that. You need to keep your, you know, security like sorted for any sort of emergency. So I am in that phase of figuring out how I can save, where I can invest, and like what's going to come back.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so that's what's happening, and that is my relationship with money so far.
I super resonate with that because up until 2 years ago, like as far I wasn't making enough to like I was making enough to meet my needs, and my needs weren't a lot, and I was still like putting away a little bit of money every month, so it was okay. But I never felt like comfortable, right? And it's only when I switched
Mhm.
jobs, I doubled my salary on the change just because of good negotiation. Like it's like full-time corporate is just about negotiating a better salary for yourself. It's not about your skill set. And when I got that increase, like after I received that first paycheck, there was this immediate like exhale. Like I felt so secure because I was like, this is more money that I'm gonna need, right?
Mm.
And since
Yeah.
2015, like I've maintained a habit of putting away 50% of my salary. But now to see
Mm.
that 50% be like really big, since then, like just the pressure that has gone off, like that makes me realize
Yeah.
just how much tension I had as far as like feeling financially.
Yeah.
So I hope that happens for
Absolutely.
you too.
Yes, please. Thank you. Yeah, for sure. Like, anything. So it also gives you the freedom of tomorrow, like taking up any sort of a risk. Tomorrow, if you want to like change your career, like if you want to go do something else, that is actually going to help you. Like you will be able to afford lessons or even time for yourself
Hmm.
to, learn that skill set.
Yeah, and like it
That,
it sort of it's understated. Just sorry, I cut you off. It's understated how like how your personality, just because you're more comfortable, right? So your financial security then bleeds into your physical health, your mental health, your social health, and everything. It just makes you a better person because you don't have like one fear
You're
that
not,
was there
yeah.
previously. Sorry, you were saying.
Yeah, that's what, you're not in that survival mode anymore.
Yeah.
Like you are in that ease and like going and just enjoying life. Also, there is this hippie side of me that is like, why does money exist? And, going against capitalism. But the reality is, this is what it is.
Yeah.
It's not going to take just one person's, one person being a rebel and like saying, I don't want money. If you need to sustain, you need it.
Yeah.
It's
And there's a
going to,
maturity that comes with like being in your 20s and having to. You're
yeah.
still in your 20s, right?
I am 29,
Yeah.
close to 30.
Are you looking forward to it? Are you scared?
Yes, I am like looking super forward to it. I feel like I'm in my prime age where there's so much clarity and also this confidence that I can go do anything I want.
Yeah.
It's just like very liberating. I am I can understand myself better now. I am in more tune with myself
Hmm.
more than ever. So life is exciting.
Yeah, I turned 30 last year and it's been great. It's actually been pretty
Yeah.
good. Just minus the joint pain.
Yes. Uh,
So, like,
yeah.
what advice would you give to your like 20-year-old self? Like, just in the last 9 years, what have you learned? Give me like three things.
Hmm. Um, what would I tell my 20-year-old self? Hmm. So see, like I can think of, I can think of very, business
Cliche thing.
wise,
Yeah,
strategic
go for it.
sort of a thing. So I would tell, like, tell my 20-year-old self that, dude, listen, shut the fuck up and like see where the trend is going and like see how social media is shaping, um, you know, everybody's lives.
Hmm.
So take advantage of that, like get on that train. I would tell that to my 20-year-old self because right now I have reached a stage where I'm like, oh my God, I have to promote myself on social media, do this, do that.
Hmm.
If I was smart about it back then, I would by now probably have like fully taken advantage of the social media growing and like promoting yourself as an artist and probably have a team of my own right now. So that is a possibility. So I feel I got onto the train pretty late.
Hmm.
Second, uh, actually, just this. Otherwise, I don't really have much to tell my 20-year-old self because I feel I know like how it has shaped me and like I have become what I am right now because of that. So I wouldn't like change
Yeah, and you're
anything.
satisfied with how everything's going. So
Yeah.
it's interesting, like it, I in normal life you hear, right, like people aren't satisfied, people are struggling and this and that. And every time I talk to somebody on this show, I guess the environment becomes such where most everybody says, yeah, I'm satisfied with my life. I don't have too many regrets, unless like something major happened, sure. But mostly like, yeah, people are satisfied. How, but we know like the world is hell. It's like, it's capitalist
Yeah.
bullshit. In a world that doesn't make sense, what anchors you to be like, yeah, it's okay. I'm doing okay. I'll be okay.
Oh my God. So I am going through existentialism throughout. Like it's a constant feeling for me. All right.
Yeah.
I am really like myself in surprise every single time I go through this. I'm like, how am I inside this fucking physical body, like as a spirit, and going through all of these experiences, whereas like death is going to come, I am going to go, and once I die, I'm not going to remember shit about this.
Yeah.
I don't even know where I'm going to go. So now I am like telling this to myself and like easing out my anxiety and like all the pressure, that dude, listen, you're gonna die, and focus on your reality. Every single person, every being on this planet and like universe is going through their own, experience and lives. So like, don't try to make your reality get altered by somebody else's. Like, just go through your own life's experience as it is unfolding. So that is what I am, going and like doing right now. This is what I'm teaching myself and like internalizing. Yeah. What did you ask?
I know,
I
like we've
forgot.
gone like super existential, but I think the cliche way of saying what you've just said is live in the moment, live in the present, right? Like you're saying, live your reality.
Yeah.
Okay, let me think of what else I want to
So,
ask you. How long have we been talking? We've been talking 36 minutes, not bad. Could you tell like it was 36 minutes?
no, I couldn't. It's been super fun.
Do you draw for fun anymore? Or like illustrating for work has kind of killed the hobby for you?
I do draw for fun. And what again, like I said, the advice I would give my 20-year-old self about social media. So I was in that place where I was painting and drawing for, putting it up on Instagram and like getting likes and shit. Then, then I realized like I just couldn't continue doing it. It did not feel authentic. Um, so I did come back to the place where I started doing art for fun for myself. And now also I don't feel the need to put it out there. Whatever I do, like sometimes I just keep it to myself, and when I feel like putting it out there and I think I should take it forward, I do it. Because it is also hectic.
Yeah.
I have a full-time job, and once I'm back from home, like my mind is exhausted. But this year, I'm going to be producing more of paintings, because last year my focus was to go and do pop-ups.
Right.
So I feel like with pop-ups, I'm gonna like ease off this year and then
explain pop-up for the audience
now.
Sorry, explain pop-up for the.
Yeah, so pop-ups are basically when there is an event or event and like a community meeting or whatever, you get to sell your stuff to them, and you have like your pop-up store, which is just for that event. So I go around like exhibiting my artworks and selling my prints and stickers, taking part in these events. And just like me, there are a lot of other artists and bakers and food section and everything. Yep.
Okay, so like a stall or a exhibition, or like basically, yeah.
Yeah.
And how long have you been around stalls? Like, I'm asking this just because I've been around stalls all my life. When I was younger, we used to have this Christmas festival in Calcutta called the Fun Fiesta. It was like a group in our community, and we used to like put up a game stall every year.
Oh wow!
And just like go around and playing other games. It was a carnival essentially. So
yeah.
I kind of love. I kind of love like the stage environment, the stall sales environment. You saw me that day, like just like being able to talk.
Yeah.
I love that because
You-
it's like so much fun.
Yeah, you were super natural that day. I was like, wow, we need you here with us.
Experience.
Uh, so I see this is where you get it from.
Yeah, like just throughout my life, I've been on stage and I've been around like stalls and stuff. When I was in college, I was freelancing with a event company. So like I would go to kids' birthday
Mm.
parties, weddings, and all that, and be like a performer there.
Oh, wow.
Like, we had a sorry, well, we had stalls. Like we used to run stalls for them, like knickknacks and gifts, and
Mm.
like just engagement for the guests, those sort of things. Do you
Oh,
enjoy
cool.
that environment, that pop-up environment, or like was it just a necessity for you?
Uh, I enjoy the pop-up environment. I'm just like it's a super fun space to be in
Hmm.
because you have like many other artists like you and just like sitting and chilling with them and meeting people and understanding their point of view and like how they resonate with your work, what do they like, what if they don't, what do they associate this with. you know it's very rewarding and like validating, and also it's super fun. I love, like, I know, like, I'm a social person, so I love meeting people. And yeah, it's just happy. And I'm just like, so initially I was like, okay, I need to go make money, but then like I started enjoying it so much. I was like, I just want to be there and like have fun, like meet other artists and chill. So like anytime I go for pop-ups and like I'm putting a stall, that's usually my intention, to just go have fun
Hmm.
and meeting people.
Yeah, I haven't been
Yeah.
able to like go myself for a while because I, sorry, I don't have my own stuff to sell yet. I wonder if I should like just write a couple of small books and like prints, just sell them and come to
Mm,
like a pop up. But you said you didn't want to focus on pop ups this year. Instead, you want to like focus on social media.
yeah.
So like you
Not
planning.
yeah, not just social media, but mostly producing more work. So I feel like this year is going to be more of like uh, isolating myself and just letting out all the creative energy because I have a bunch of ideas
Hmm.
now. Like pre-production is done. I need to like get into production
What can
basically.
I expect from you in the like near future?
So you can expect a few paintings. I have been like hopefully exhibitions. And yeah, so I have been working on you know like I write down my dreams, whatever I
Mhm.
see, and I am also like a very visual person, so I keep getting visions anytime, whatever. Like if we're speaking about something and that triggers something, I basically make a mental note and then like sit and work on it. So yeah, I have a bunch of visions that I wanna like paint. So I'm
Yeah.
working on them. Yep.
You have an idea diary, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do.
I don't know any creative person, like writer, artist, whatever, who does not have a idea log. I have an idea log, obviously. And
Yeah,
like
for
um,
sure.
this is a good piece of advice for anybody listening who wants to do more art but doesn't. Like, keep an idea log. Like that's how you kind of break through your writer's block or artist block or whatever you want to call it. It's not real. By the way, is artist block real or is it not real?
It is real for sure.
In
Um,
what way?
so there are times when I can't think of anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and basically, when I say artist block, creativity block, whatever it is called, um, it's not just like this mental thing. It is also about your physical health.
Hmm.
Sometimes your body is asking for rest.
Yeah.
And when you don't feel, and your body does not feel like producing that work, it does not feel like it. So just
Yeah.
give it some time, just ease out. And even your brain needs to take a break. You're not a machine to keep constantly like producing work or like thinking. It's okay, you're in this physical body, you're going through like this human thing, just go through it. But if your block is for more than a year to, then like, yeah, do work on it. Get help or think about it.
That's such a generous window, 2 years. For writers, I'm like, listen, you have 3 days to break through your block.
Oh my god. Yeah, also it is because physically you're going through life altering experiences and you need to go through that experiences to produce something.
Yeah, and I wouldn't begrudge anybody like for health reasons if you're blocked, that's fine. I mean more like people who say like I don't have ideas. And like of course you do, you just haven't written them down or you're pre-filtering. Right? You're deciding
Yeah.
beforehand that an idea is not good enough. That's what you're doing. So like for me, writer's block doesn't exist. I write every day. So like for me, writer's block
Mm.
doesn't exist. But for somebody who doesn't write every day, I can understand. Or for somebody who doesn't draw every day, um, do you? Sorry, I lost my chain of thought. I didn't have a question there. Shit, I'm getting.
So, yeah, I wanted to tell something I forgot. Damn. uh, I wanted to add something to, yeah, this is what I wanted to tell.
Mhm.
The thing is, a lot of us go take this pressure that, okay, if I'm doing some art or like writing something, it needs to be good. Like the audience, whoever like views it or consumes it, has to like find it good. But you need to understand that your creative energy is basically a very playful energy and it does not need anybody's validation. And all this validation that is there is a standard set by another human being or a culture. If
Hmm.
you don't fit in there, you don't have to fit in. You are good enough, like producing whatever you're producing. So I feel like people should just start viewing things more like it's a play and just do it for their own happiness than doing it for, oh, they should like it, I should be good at it. No, just be like, yeah, I'm feeling this and let me just do it, whether it is shit or good. And if you continue doing it, you will obviously get good. There is no other way. You can't go bad like, constantly doing it.
Yeah. How long did it take you to get to this level of acceptance of all of this that you've just said?
It has taken me 8 years of my artistic journey to
8 years?
reach
Oh
here.
my God, you're such a veteran.
Because you did the math and you told me about the 8 years thing. Thanks to you.
This is blowing your mind.
Uh, oh God. Wow. Like my mom must be so proud of me. I'm so wise.
Yeah, you send us the show when it comes out, and let's see how. Often, like honestly, like again, it's just about creating a good space for people to. This is what I meant, right? Like a lot of people, unfortunately, don't introspect, and often my questions are like
Hmm.
things that require you to introspect. Hold on, Peanut wants to go outside. Yeah.
You have just one cat?
I have two cats. Two
So
cats.
lovely. Cats are the best. I love them.
Do you have any pets yourself?
Yeah, I have a cat in Mysore and a dog.
Nice. We haven't gotten a dog yet because parents are starting to age and I'm not going to take care of one. And so,
Yeah. It is some work. It's literally like a baby.
honestly, like cats, फिर भी like they can manage themselves. Dogs, God.
Boy, they are like super needy.
Yeah. Are you living alone in Bangalore or you're living with somebody? Your sisters?
No, I live alone here.
Okay. I guess in that case, you're not going to get yourself a pet. No, though
Yep.
there are people, like I have a friend who has a dog and it's just her and her dog in the house. Yeah. I also met somebody called Rekha from like Oracle. She had 14 dogs. She had like,
What
yeah,
on earth?
14. And I
Oh
went to,
my god.
when I was looking into pets for myself, I went to her place to see if I could adopt one essentially, right? And so 14 dogs. It was basically her life and she was happy.
Yeah, it's so crazy, right? Like how damn people have all sorts of different lives. It's so fascinating.
Yeah,
I cannot imagine.
I cannot imagine the
Yep.
dedication it requires. Right. Like, do you think you're dedicated towards something as much as Rekha is towards her 14 dogs? Outside of her career. Outside of her career, because she had a career as well.
Oh my god. I definitely know like art is it's not going to go out of me. I've never stopped doing that. So it is for sure that. Otherwise, oh my god, I don't have anything else, Vaibhav.
So it's interesting, right? It's interesting because I use the word side project when I ask people the question like, who are you? What do you do? What is your current side project? And the reason I call it side project is because people receive it in two different ways. Some people receive it as hobbies, things I do to get away from work. And some people view it as what else am I doing to make money or, like a hustle. So you very much took it as a hustle. Do you have any hobbies or do you have nothing?
So I do skateboard and
Nice.
otherwise, what else do I do? It's mostly just making art, and it's not just because I had to take it up as a hustle. It is just that it keeps coming out of me, and I enjoy doing it so
Yeah.
much that I just feel like doing that. And otherwise, also like I'm the best procrastinator probably on your show, so
I swear, like,
I am just doing random shit at random times.
uh, uh, it, I mean, I also still procrastinate, but sometimes, like, I've gotten to a point where things have just fallen into place as far as procrastination is concerned. So, like, the show, I love doing the interview with people. I love talking to people. I hate the fucking editing, man. It's so painful. Like if I was gonna hire somebody, I was gonna hire an editor, and I might actually have to do that if I want the show to grow.
Yeah.
It's like it takes way too much effort. I don't know why I started talking about this.
No, it's okay. I get what you're saying. It's
Yeah.
the same thing for me. I wish like
Procrastination. Right, right,
somebody.
right, 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 right.
Yep.
So I was trying to say that basically I do the show on Tuesday mornings. Like I'll edit on Tuesday morning and it goes out Tuesday afternoon. So
Okay.
so like today morning was just me editing the episode that went out today, and by the end of it, I get ready to tear my hair out just because it's so much effort. Like there's so many steps. I made a checklist and it's like 20 steps. Um, but each week it gets easier. And each week I want to tear out my hair a little bit less. And I'm like, okay, I'm getting
Yeah.
better. I this mentality of getting better, having the patience to get better, I think is integral to an artist, right? What advice would you give to somebody who wants to be an artist but doesn't have the courage to like sit down and practice?
I would definitely say that first get your intention right. You are basically doing art because it is coming out of you very naturally. So give yourself that, space, make that space for yourself. sit and just do it. And if at a certain time you feel like, okay, I'm ready to take it out and like show it to other people, like putting it out there, then start doing that. So until then, just explore. You don't have to do anything. Like you don't have to go put it up in galleries and like do your best show of your life immediately. Just be in that space and explore and like play. First, start doing that, and then you will start gaining confidence, because like I said, there is no going back with growth. It's always like more you practice, it keeps growing, and you cannot get bad at it no matter what. So this is what I have learned. Even I was like, uh, I was sometimes very frustrated, because for me to start finding my style, like figure out what my style is, and what is my niche, it took me this while. So things keep unfolding, and when you're sketching and you're just like mindlessly doing it without any pressure, like you will. So this is how I landed my style. So I was like randomly like just scribbling, and then I just drew a face, and that just like became my identity. I'm exploring it now. So it's like when you're doing it mindlessly without any pressure, you you will be surprised by what you're gonna find in the sketchbook. So just do it. Like just go play. I would ask that.
I think that's a good enough point where, again, like, fuck the format, I'm just going to stop the show. Guys, thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed that very introspective conversation. And I'm now going to go talk to my friend without the pain of recording a show or like being formal. Okay, thank you so much for listening.
Yeah.
Bye, Krupa.
Thank you.